Defining plagiarism. Learning objectives. 1. Define plagiarism and explain how it relates to academic integrity. 2. Identify some of the main types of plagiarism. 3. List some of the potential consequences of plagiarism. 4. Brainstorm some ways that plagiarism can be avoided. Discussion questions. Why is it important to give credit to the original authors when using their ideas or works in their work? How might you feel if someone else took credit for your work? Defining plagiarism. Plagiarism is the act of using someone else's work, ideas, or intellectual property without proper acknowledgement or permission, presenting it as your own. It is considered a serious ethical and academic offense. Defining academic integrity. Academic integrity is about following ethical guidelines and principles in your schoolwork. It emphasizes the importance of honesty, fairness, trust, and respect in all academic activities. This means being committed to creating your own original work, properly citing sources when you use other people's ideas, and valuing the process of learning. Academic integrity is essential for maintaining a positive and respectful learning environment in your school. Discussion questions. What are some reasons a student might be tempted to plagiarize? List them. How does plagiarism affect your learning and growth as a student? Types of plagiarism. Plagiarism is a serious issue that can undermine your academic journey, often in ways you may not initially realize. Understanding the different types of plagiarism is crucial in helping you avoid unintentional mistakes and ensuring your work maintains its integrity. Self-plagiarism. Self-plagiarism occurs when an individual reuses their own previously submitted work for a different assignment or course without proper acknowledgement or permission. It is considered a form of academic dishonesty because it misrepresents the originality of a student's work. Examples. A student submits an essay they wrote for their English class on Shakespeare to their history class for a project on historical figure without informing the teacher. This is self-plagiarism because they are using the same work in multiple classes without permission. A student fails a science unit and is required to retake the course the following semester. The student submits a previously graded report as if it were new and original without making any changes or informing the teacher that it is the same work. Collusion. Collusion refers to unauthorized collaboration between students to produce work that is then submitted to one's own independent effort. It is considered a breach of academic integrity because it misrepresents the true origin of the work. Examples. Two students decide to work together on an essay assignment. They complete different parts and share answers. Each student dishonestly submits similar to identical versions of the essay as their own work. Second, in a group project, One student takes the lead and writes the entire report while the other group members simply add their names without contributing. Submitting the sub-project without acknowledging the author is collusion. Third, a student asks a friend for their completed assignment and submits it as their own, making minimal changes. Both students are involved in collusion because one provides the work while the other copied it. Word submission. Word submission is a form of plagiarism where a writer changes specific words in a source text to synonyms in an attempt to create an original piece of writing. While this may seem like a way to paraphrase or rewrite content, it can still be considered plagiarism if the structure, meaning, and ideas of the original text remain largely intact without proper attribution. Example: original text. The Industrial Revolution, which began in the late 18th century, was a period of great technological innovation and social change. Word substitution. The Industrial Revolution, starting in the late 1700s, was a time of significant technological innovation and social transformation. Mosaic plagiarism, also referred to as patch writing. Mosaic plagiarism occurs when a person takes phrases, ideas, or pieces of text from various sources and blends them into a new work without properly citing the original sources. Even if the words are silently changed or rearranged, the structure, meaning, and sequence of ideas often remain too close to the original. Contract cheating. Contract cheating is when a student hires someone else to complete an assignment or exam on their behalf. This could involve paying a professional service, individual, or peer to produce work that the student submit as their own. Contract cheating is one of the worst forms of plagiarism because the student is not actually engaging in the learning or demonstrating their own knowledge and skills. A warning. Contract cheating can leave a student vulnerable to blackmail. Some contract cheating businesses have exploited students after they have used their services by threatening to expose them if they don't comply with further demands for payment. This can even occur after graduation, threatening a student career and leading to financial and emotional stress. Accidental plagiarism. Accidental plagiarism occurs when a student unintentionally fails to give proper credit to success. This can happen through poor paraphrasing, copying text directly without using quotation marks, citing sources incorrectly, or forgetting to include citations altogether. Despite the lack of intent to deceive, accidental plagiarism is still considered a violation of academic integrity and can have serious consequences. Consequences of plagiarism. The consequences of plagiarism can vary depending on the severity of offense, the context, and the particular institution's policies. What do you think are some potential consequences of plagiarism for your academic, personal, and professional future? Academic penalties. Assessment submission. The student may have to start the assessment from scratch and resubmit it. Failing the course. Repeated or severe cases of plagiarism can lead to failing the entire course, failing the assignment. The plagiarized work may receive a 0 or failing grades. Suspension or expulsion. In severe cases, especially at the university level, students can be suspended or expelled from the institution. Personal consequences. Damaged reputation. A damaged reputation among peers and instructors can lead to a loss of trust and respect. Award and scholarship. Plagiarism can lead to the loss of scholarship awards or other academic honors. Increased stress. The fear of getting caught or aftermath of being caught can cause significant stress and anxiety. Self-esteem and confidence. Being caught plagiarizing can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, and a loss of confidence in one's ability. Legal penalties. Copyright infringement. Plagiarism can lead to legal action if it involves violating copyright laws, potentially resulting in fines or lawsuit. Professional reputation. For those already in a career, plagiarism can severely damage professional credibility, potentially leading to job loss or difficulty securing future employment. Ways to avoid plagiarism. Discussion question. Earlier we discussed some of the reasons a student might be tempted to plagiarize. Can you think of some ways that a student might be able to overcome these temptations? What strategy can you use to ensure that you avoid plagiarism in your future assignment? Understand the rules. Break. Understand what constitutes plagiarism. Familiarize yourself with what plagiarism is, including both intentional and accidental form. Knowing the rules help you avoid unintentional mistakes. Understand the assignment. Make sure you fully understand the requirements of your assignment, including what types of sources are allowed and how they should be used. If in doubt, ask your instructor for clarification. Manage your time. Procrastinations can lead to rushed work, increasing the risk of accidental plagiarism. Start your assignments early to give yourself enough time to research, write, and properly cite your sources. Cite your sources. Keep track of sources as you research. Keep detailed notes of all the sources you consult, including page number and publication details. This may make it easier to cite them correctly later. Use proper citation. Always cite your sources when using someone else's ideas, data, or words. This includes direct quotes, paraphrasing, and summarizing. Use the correct citation style, example, APA, MLA, Chicago, as required by your institution or instructor. Carefully review and edit. Carefully check your work before submission to ensure all sources are properly credited and that you have adhered to the guidelines for quoting, paraphrasing, and citing. Use detection tools. Use plagiarism detection software to check for unintentional plagiarism. These tools might identify passages that need better citation or areas where you may have accidentally paraphrased too closely. Now that you have a thorough understanding of plagiarism, work with a small group to come up with your own plagiarism checklist that you can use before submitting each of your assignments this year. Identify between 5 to 10 checkpoints and write a short description underneath each. The end. Thank you.